Hey guys, so next topic is tuple, how to use tuple in Python. Okay, so let's get started. So basically tuple is nothing like what it's a read-only list, read-only data, as you can say that read-only list data, and we can use a tuple for the sequence object data. Okay, so if we have a group of object data which is you want to store, so that's how you can use that. And to tuple here, basically it's immutable, so that means what, you cannot change the value of the tuple, right? अब tuple के specific value जो आपने define कर दिया है, आप उसको next time change नहीं कर सकते, modify नहीं कर सकते. So let's see. अभी tuple जो है कि अब अगर मैं बात करूँ तो ऐसे बहुत सारे प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज जो यूज़ किया जाता है. So let's see कि Python में tuple का क्या रोल है और कैसे इसको यूज़ किया जाता है. Okay, so how to define tuple first. So मैं यहाँ पे as a variable t ले रहा हूँ and I just using that parenthesis. So if I run this t, right, and let's see what is going to happen. So they're just calling me to this parenthesis, right? But I just want to know ki what is the type of this t. Okay, so using this type method we can just identify so what is the type of this t variable. So as you can see, the class tuple, right? So let's imagine if you don't have any value, so that's why I'm just using that parenthesis, right? So next thing what I'm doing here, I'm just creating one variable. So यहाँ पे मैंने एक variable create किया, then element, right, and here I just calling any specific number you can assign, and I'm passing then 10 here. Okay, and let's run this. Let's print this first element and let's see what is gonna happen. So press enter, let's see. So let's run this one. So obviously we're getting 10, but how we can identify this 10 is it tuple or something like an integer? So again I'm going to use that type जो मेरा specific identifier method है, and let's use this type method again and let's see. As you can see, so this 10 which is I'm just assigning to that reference variable first element, this type is showing me like a int because it's not a tuple. So you have to remember one thing guys, कि whenever if you define any tuple और आपके पास one specific data once you define उसके बाद आपको वहाँ पे comma call करना पड़ेगा, then they can Python can identify okay this is like a tuple. But अगर आपने ये comma separation आप use नहीं कर रहे हो, it's called like a integer value. Okay, now once I run this again and let's see what is going to happen. So as you can see, now this type is changing that value type and now it's become a what, tuple. So you have to remember this thing. All right, now let's see how we can assign a multiple value, like I say 3 underscore element. Well, let's say I say 1 comma 2 comma 3. So in that scenario, if you using parenthesis, that is also fine, but this parenthesis basically is optional. If you can use, if you otherwise nahi karna hai to mat karo. So now if I run this one again, let's print this one. So 3 underscore element, and now let's run this one. So as you can say, we are getting this 3 element here. Okay, so this is the way guys you can define a tuple. पर आप यहाँ पे तो मैं swapping बताता हूँ कि how we can swap tuple values like so. But the one thing you have to remember, I'm not gonna change the value because tuple में आप value change नहीं कर सकते. एक चीज़ आपको याद रखना है, because tuple are immutable, you cannot change the value. ठीक है? So what I'm doing here, I just using two specific variable here like a comma b, and सबसे पहले मैं ट्रेडिशनल अप्रोच बताता हूँ कि कैसे टपल के जो वैल्यूज को स्वैप करते हैं, राइट? So I just using 10 comma 11 and what I'm doing here, so I want to call this 11 to A and this 10 to B. Okay, so first thing first, what I'm doing here, so I just calling this C is equal to A, so I'm just using another reference variable. But one thing you have to remember that I'm not changing the value, keep in mind. Okay, I'm not changing the value. You cannot change the value to tuple. अगर आप change करोगे तो आपको exceptional error देगा. And again I'm just using A is equal to that's B, right? Then and B is equal to C. So what I'm doing here, I just passing A value to C. Now C it's 10. Again I'm just calling A is equal to B. A is become 11. And now I'm just passing D is equal to C. That means what? B is equal to 10. So let's print this things A comma B, and let's see what we're gonna get here. And as you can see here, guys, we are getting this is what a 11 10. So I just swapping this value right here. So A goes to 11 goes to A, and this 10 is goes to B. Perfect, right? This is a traditional approach. So now what I want to do, how this thing we can use, well actually I'm using the Python, but what is a Pythonic way, we can call that Pythonic way. So let's see that. So again I say C comma D, then 20 comma 21. And what I'm doing here, so C comma D is equal to D comma C. Simple. And now if I run this one, C comma D, so let's see the output क्या आएगा guys. And there we go. So ये आपका exact value जो मैंने swap किया. So this is what your Pythonic way, that's the actual called Pythonic way. Simply मैं यहाँ पे कोई और another reference variable लेने की जरूरत नहीं है, directly आप swap कर सकते हो. And this one is what a traditional approach, which is we are using here. Okay guys, so this is all about for tuple. I hope कि आपको concepts clear हो रहेगा. So thanks for watching guys. I'll see you next time. Bye. Take care.